Ladies and gentlemen, we are set for the next fight of the night. Scheduled for 3 rounds in the amateur bantamweight division. Presented to you by Czar, wellness at its peak. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the red blue corner tonight, he is a jiu-jitsu fighter. He stands 5 feet 10 inches tall. His official weight, 135.8 pounds. His amateur record stands at 3 victories opposite a single defeat. Fighting out of Beaumont, Texas, by way of Port Arthur, Texas, here is Dominick Green. And across the cage, his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, he is a freestyle fighter. He stands 5 feet 10 inches tall. His official weight, 134.4 pounds. He also holds an amateur fighting record of 3 victories opposite a single defeat. Fighting out of Fort Worth, Texas, here is Luis de la Fuente.
Let's go,
and our referee in charge of the action, Joe Solis.
All right, taking a look at the tail of the tape, we are very similar in age, 30-31, height 5'10", 5'8".
No, they're 5'10", 5'10". I don't know
5'10", 5'10".
I don't know where that came from.
I don't know that. And we got 135 on the weight, both the same, and records the same.
He only weighs 1 pound.
One pound.
Uno
All
pound.
right, and here we go, Dominick Green coming forward heavy.
Yeah, and that's scary because De La Fuente had some really good kicks in that fight last time he fought.
Well, someone's been doing their homework.
What a beautiful slam.
Nice.
What a beautiful takedown.
Nice off the body clinch there, finding his angle, getting Dominick to the ground.
And there's that traditional position for the 10th Planet guys. I've always seen those 10th Planet guys. They're so comfortable on the back. They breathe. They don't get panicked.
That's because they put them in very uncomfortable positions all the time. Lots of locks, lots of leg locks.
I'm going to defer to Craig on the positioning here.
Yeah, I mean, looks like De La Fuente is just trying to get himself into Kaskatami. Dominick doing a good job of blocking that hip and not allowing him to walk high, forcing him back down there into half guard. Very good jiu-jitsu here. The pressure is not always easy to see, which can make grappling a little hard to watch sometimes, but some high-level stuff here. Now, I will say I'm surprised to see Dominick reaching underneath that leg.
Yeah, because he's just trying to roll him over, which isn't, I don't think that's a good thing to do, but.
Well, in MMA, you're just leaving yourself so exposed, although with his length, he's probably very accustomed to being able to get a smaller opponent over him. Both these guys being 5'10", is probably playing a factor in that leverage. And Fuente doing a good job driving him up to the fence, keeping that heavy head pressure.
And staying tight. He's not leaving a lot of room to.
But Green has not allowed really any damage, nothing but just short shots.
Oh, beautiful body shots there. Tender that up. I can hear that right here.
That was the Rocky Meat Market.
There he is. Some of the things that Gina says, I'm starting to wonder.
I've been watching Sylvester Stallone lately.
She's been watching Rocky movies.
It's in my head.
Practice commentating Rocky movies. Yeah.
Looking for that mission control.
That rubber guard. No, he lost it.
Fuente doing a good job driving into that half control.
And De La Fuente is throwing some nice tight punches right inside there. If you watch him, he's throwing nice tight punches. 33 seconds to go. I wonder if he's going to let him stay up or if he's going to take him back down again.
Yeah, it'd be a huge question. Can he get this takedown 20 seconds
Well, he's got a body lock, so I mean, he should be able to.
There we go.
Yeah.
Another big body lock takedown. And that should solidify the round. 10 seconds left. Fuente and Green. Green able to get himself back to his feet in the last moments, exchanging shots with Fuente. Nice uppercut.
Nice uppercut. That was beautiful.
Back to that body clinch and unable to finish. So both of these guys head back to the corner. First round looking a little bit closer there for, a little bit stronger for Fuente. Dominick again stuck there on the bottom, although able to get himself up at the end of the round, and that's always nice. That gives you a little bit of more confidence coming into your second round, knowing he wasn't able to hold me. He's getting tired. Now's my time to push the pace.
De La Fuente held him down for pretty much 2 minutes and 30 seconds, if not more, in that round, which I don't think you can actually win a round if you're on the bottom that whole time. Especially De La Fuente was actually doing work. There was no reason to pick him up. He kept him on the ground solid.
Yeah, you see sometimes too, though, now depending on the second round, if a fighter does the same thing and cannot get a submission, going into that third round, you see them kind of deteriorating and getting a little frustrated, and that's when the other fighter can capitalize with its striking.
Right, I agree with that. De La Fuente came out just ready.
Green showed the striking. That uppercut at the end was like, all right, you're going to be tired, and you're going to be hurting sitting down with your coaches for a minute.
Right.
So. Green looks good. He doesn't even look tired.
Round 2 starts. Nice straight there off the bat from Green.
Nice body.
Returned by Fuente.
Nice head movement by Green. But now.
Nice
Good knee by Fuente.
You know, Del Fuente is actually throwing some really good body shots.
Fuente's doing a good job of going high-low, low-high, switching it up. Green seems to be getting the better of the straight exchanges.
Fuente is dropping that right hand a little too much, and I don't know if Green is going to notice.
Well, I don't know why De La Fuente is not just going straight to the ground again. Why would you take a chance? There you go, yeah.
Back to that body lock, and a nice trip again for the takedown.
You would think that Green would know how to not let a person get a body lock so easy. He put himself in the position his distance closes too fast where he doesn't have control of it, which ended up getting him in that body lock.
And he's very square.
Yes. What do you think about that position there, Craig?
Well, at this point right now, a little bit of a scramble there. It does seem like Green is very comfortable here, which could be a problem. He's not concerned with the position. And again, like we were saying earlier, it's just hard to win a fight off your back here. Even if you're not getting damaged, all of those little shots are scored by the judge. And Fuente's doing a good job of, again, controlling this round after some back and forth exchanges to start off the second round.
And Green really hasn't pushed up top, there he does the right one, to like work himself into some kind of triangle position. Because right now in that position he's in, that's his only hope right now is something from the bottom.
Nice elbow by Fuente. Now Fuente's coaches are saying frame on the face, push him down.
And again, the pace is hard to understand because you can't see the pressure. There's a lot of pressure going on between the two of these guys, between that open and closing of his legs and the posture. Now, slowly standing him up, I mean...
Hey, Texas wants to see some action.
Yeah.
Let's just go there.
Now, again, I feel like Green gets a little bit of the better of these exchanges.
De La Fuente, those body shots he's throwing
will pay
hard.
dividends.
I'm telling you right now,
yes.
There's another one. He's just throwing
He's landing those at will right now.
Oh, he caught him there. Oh, a nice elbow over the top.
Yeah. Green does such a good job with catching that kick. I'd love to see him counter with like some strikes.
And again on the body lock.
He just closed distance so much that he's not able to. And De La Fuente is breathing out his mouth right now.
Green pushing forward in the end of the round. Both these guys very tired from a long exchange in that second round.
That was a lot of ground control. The referee picked him up, and from that point on, it was Green that was doing.
I'm going to tell you what, Fuente showed control after that first exchange, but depending upon how you scored that first exchange of strikes and how you scored that last exchange, Green very well might have slid that round out for himself. It's very possible.
Those striking exchanges really, you could see Green. I really don't want to put Fuente and say, oh, he wasn't at Green's level, because he was, but Green just showed a lot more straight punches, a lot more damaging punches, other than the body shots you were talking about.
Yeah, those body shots that De La Fuente was throwing, I think Green's pressure is what's getting on De La Fuente now. The pressure, he's coming forward. If I were De La Fuente, I would go straight I would take him straight down. You know he can do it. Let him close distance and just pull him in.
And here is our third and final round. Referee giving a little bit of a warning about head clashing.
Well, when you're pressuring like Green, it's really hard for your opponent to keep
overhand right there.
Oh, watch those up kicks.
Now let's see how Green does on top. Oh, he's gonna work himself right into top mount. He just, almost.
I would like to see Green let him up.
Ah, man.
Because
I think Green needs him to be up. I think if he just lays on him this round, there's a chance that he ends up losing this fight because last round was so close, and I personally gave it to De La Fuente, but a close one.
Green doing a good job of maintaining pressure, moves into that quarter mount position, staying on top, floating over Fuente.
And De La Fuente throwing some up kicks that are connecting.
Green driving in there.
Nothing's happening. He's gonna stand you up. We gotta create action.
There, okay, De La Fuente got.
Green now on the back, one hook in, attacking that neck.
Fight the hands.
Fuente doing a good job of hand fighting, 2-on-1, turning into it.
Yeah. At this point in time, you just got to take those headshots and just hold that arm. The last thing you want to do is let that long arm go.
Green moving into that body triangle, which is so difficult to get out of, especially with these guys' length.
But now it's just down to hit him until he wants to be submitted. If you
1
can
minute,
get
30 seconds to go.
What's really smart here by Green is that body triangle makes it so that Fuente can't use the cage. He's now going to have to push himself back into the center to try any escapes off that body lock, which then is going to give Green an opportunity to readjust, get himself back in front of him in the cage. A really tough position here for Fuente to get out of in the very last minute.
And Green should do a little more peppering of the head because that's the points he's going to need. If he's just sitting there trying to work a rear naked, he's going to end up just doing nothing.
Well, and he risked getting stood back up. At this point here,
Green needs to stay as
I don't know if
active
that's
as he can.
a bad thing for him, but
well, they stood De La Fuente up twice or once, and he was doing way more action than this right now.
and again, I think it's going to be very hard to turn back in on Green. He's so long that it doesn't look like that body
35
triangle.
seconds to go in this match, too.
Yeah,
And he did release that body lock. His coach is back. His the chair,
We have a very educated crowd behind us right now.
hooks back in, looking to flatten. Nice strikes from the top.
Yeah, but he gave up that dominant position when he did that. He gave De La Fuente a reason to just
Yeah, but
flail
at this
and
point,
kick.
he needs the points. I think he's got to get some points here, and these are the points that he needs to score. Just powering, peppering. He needs to go non-stop here.
He
Fuente
ran him
trying to
down.
hold on,
Trying
looking
to
for that
get in
triangle.
Well, that was a good
And
round for Green. That was his best round. He did
Right
the most
at
damage.
the end there, you see Fuente lock that triangle up a little bit too little, too late. We will see who gets the nod from the judges. I think that's definitely the closest fight. Could really go down to how we see the second round.
It's going to depend on that second round. What did the judges see in that second round? Let's take a poll. What do you think, Gina? Who do you think? What are you going to give this one to?
Oh, man,
You're
it's
gonna
so
go on
hard. It's so tight. I mean, the takedowns in the first and second round with Fuente, but then Green really, at the end of the second round, you can really, I don't know. I kind of want to give it to Green.
I'm going to say, hold on.
But it's going to go to Fuente.
I'm going to say, I think the opposite.
Really?
I really
Okay.
think that Fuente won, but I think that Green's going to get the nod.
I'm going to go with De La Fuente. I believe De La Fuente did enough in the first and second round. He didn't do anything in the third round except defend. But that's what Green did when he was on bottom the entire time.
I just seen judges do crazy. We've all seen judges, come in here and do crazy things. So it's just so hard.
I sure would have wished they would have stood him up just to show that they're kind of even on what they're doing here.
Yeah, both gentlemen did a spectacular job. And I'm a huge Luis Fuente fan.
And again, Green is in his hometown. We are in Beaumont, Texas.
That's another. But, I mean, man, I really enjoyed this fight. Both fighters.
Taking a moment here, you can see the judges, a couple judges still deliberating.
Yeah, they're percolating on this. I mean, that was tough. And really even calculating all those shots from Green, they really do add up.
A couple dynamic strikes there in the fight. We saw a nice elbow, a couple overhands.
That uppercut. That was stellar.
Green landing a lot of nice straight blows there. I do think he did. I do think that the strikes are going to make a difference, but you can't carry the number of strikes you fight that you do in round 1 to round 2. The judge cards will go in. So the strikes only count for that round. I think that's where Green did do a lot in the third round, where he overwhelmed. But those can't change the scorecards of
the number of takedowns.
The number of takedowns that went, yeah, and the easy takedowns. They weren't like he was working. It was like body lock, boom, body lock, boom.
All right, let's go in for our official announcement from Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, after completing the scheduled 3 rounds, our judges send into the cage a split decision.
Yes.
Our judges score this contest 29-28 in favor of Green, 29-28 in favor of De La Fuente, and 29-28 to the winner by split decision, Luis De La Fuente.
I love that name.
I do
What's
too.
your name? Luis De La Fuente.
Silky Johnson.
Silky Johnson.
Silky Johnson. Silky Johnson De La Fuente.
And, you know, no disagreement here on that decision. I think that was a good call.